Hello everybody and welcome to this DVP channel. It is Reaction Fridays, which is a thing that we're going to start rolling out properly. We've done them kind of bit sporadically, but I actually am now recording a whole bunch in advance. So we're going to be doing different reactions every single Friday, mostly sports related. If you have any videos you'd like me to react to or even general stuff, then let me know down in the comments below. Very much up for suggestions as we try and sort of build this DVP channel up a little bit this year. Only a bit of a creative outlet, really. And this is going to be it. And today, well, I thought, we're getting into it. I'm about to watch Antoine Dupont tonight. And so obviously I was doing a bit of research about the whole thing. And obviously there's the whole big debate about best player in the world. So I thought that, I actually really want to have a look at Cheslin Kolbe because last year he was absolutely sublime. And I've done an Antoine Dupont reaction video and he is stupidly good. We all know this, to be fair. But I thought, let's have a look even just in the last year of what Cheslin Kolbe did and why he was part of the World Player of the Year sort of nominations. And it's for situations like this, to be perfectly honest. That's exactly why. Because situations like this... oh, my word. I mean, you're going to be able to show Cheslin Kolbe's highlights to your kids one day. And basically, you could very well convince me he was one of the greatest players ever because his highlights are so good. I think that's what makes him really part of any sort of GOAT debate and likes of that. Also, his flippin' trophy cabinet's ridiculous. But let's have a look. And if you want to watch the original video, link is in the description as well. And how a small little guy with a scrum cap, who was initially told he was too small, has gotten it right. Now, this was last year. Obviously, the Big Island Test Series. And the big thing about me with Cheslin Kolbe is that the best players come off with the best moments, and they really rise to the occasion. And I mean, a game against Ireland, I mean, this is just him once again chasing a lost cause. I mean, James Lowe did very well to keep it in. Usually, he'd have plenty of time, but not here. Cheslin Kolbe runs straight in, ball over the top, the pace, the skill, and it's just the dedication. It's the work rate, isn't it? It's the work rate. Yes, he's got the ability to beat players. He can kick for poles. He can step from anywhere, and he's a very good defender. But it's that work rate, isn't it, that just makes him absolutely world class. Similar thing over here, the acceleration. I mean, 1, 2. It's a great tackle, and then goes to the offload away, which doesn't get to. But I mean, let's just go back and look at this, for example, and just how good. So when he gets from here, I mean, look at. So there's a bit of a gap there. Gets through 2, and now he's away from another 2. Beats 1, beats 2, and then it's a great tackle from Sam K and posh tackle. And if that offload gets held onto, I'll tell you what, that could really much be try line. But it's just bang, even steps to the referee. And I mean, those are not. I mean, that's not Geordie Barrett that likes these stepping inside. Those are world class players. And it's just that ability, something from nothing that he can really do. Over here, I mean, this is a position you don't want to be in as a backline player. Watching Cheslin Kolbe in that scrum cap, it is childish. And this is where, I mean, the problem is, I think, is that you do all the research, you know he's coming in, you do. But until you've played against him, until this actually happens to you, I think you have no idea how good he is and how quickly he steps inside. Because you know it's coming. That's the thing, you know it's coming. But it's having the ability to be able to predict it. I mean, this again, it's an all-around skill set. It's just the athleticism there. Stays inside, taps it back in field. I mean, like a fish out of water. He just affects the game in so many different ways all the time. I think that's also what makes him so special as well. He's not just a finisher. For example, you look at Damien Pinot, and I don't want to try and say he's not a bad player, but he is just an out-and-out finisher. It's what he does. You give him an inch, and he'll finish it 10 times out of a day. I don't think there's any other wing really in the world that has the complete game. There we go. Step around round 1 and the offload game. And look how that, I mean, that entire overlap is from stepping out of one defender, creating a mismatch, getting the offload in the tackle, then Jesse Creel, the 3-on-2 situation, and he can get out wide to Peter Steph, the toy, he can go on a marauding run down the flank. But there, you see how he just creates the mismatch, because now he's lured in Harry Wilson, who should have been on Jesse Creel. Jesse Creel then has the opportunity to offload away. Again, inside, and then it's the pace. It's the pace. It's just... Cheers, see you later. And then the pace he has is just blitz. I don't know what we're going to do after Cheslin Kolbe. Inside 1, inside 2. I mean, losing the ball forward in that instance. But over here, I mean, it is... And you know what the nice thing is? the confidence he has as well. You know, he backs himself in a situation like that almost every single time. Once again, here, defense into attack. Creates that mismatch. There, Sash Famagomazuli holds on to that, we go over. Because once again, he's lured in both defenders, creating the space. You see how his awareness of space is so good. By coming inside there, then he gets the offload away, commits the 2 defenders. That should have also been a try. And then, I mean, that is Scott Barrett. He's just bounced off, just by the way. Scott Barrett. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with the tackle technique. It's just suddenly so small. The definition of a pocket rocket. He's so incredibly physical for his size and stature. It's insane. There we go. That's 2. That's 2. I mean, I'd love to see how many defenders he beat actually in total last year, because it would actually be silly. It would be silly. And then, as we all know, top class defender, absolute world class. I mean, that's the tight head prop, absolutely no issue whatsoever. Look, to be fair, I mean, he looks small, but that man takes his shirt off, and it is. I don't think it's an inch of body fat on him, and he's definitely bulked up a little bit from the early in his career. I mean, breaking ankles all his career. I mean, I think we've actually forgotten just how good he was last year. And can play scrum off, as we know, in the World Cup. He needs to cover that as well. But also, it's the awareness. That's probably the only instance of really good defending we've actually seen against him so far. Where just managed to get the arm there. And I think he does very well there not to commit, in all honesty. Damon Delendo can talk about how good a season he had last season as well. And then again, the offload off the ground here. I mean, he's so quick up on his feet. He's a bit of a freak of nature, isn't he? Just absolute freak of nature. I mean, how is the shortest guy on the field getting that ball? I mean, that's I think also his ability under the high ball is so underrated. I think this is why we keep talking about him being one of the greatest players ever, because he's very few players have ever shown, I think, such an all-round skill set. And then he starts doing stuff like this. I mean, this is just taking the piss. It really is then just taking the piss. I would love to have been on the coaching meeting when they thought, you know what would be really, really funny? How about we get Cheslin? I mean, again, bang. How do we get Cheslin to, like, into a World Player of the Year? Or what if we have him throw the ball into the lineup? I mean, it's silly. It's just... He's so good. And I don't. You run out of superlatives, don't you? You really do. You run out of how else do you describe him? How else do you describe a player like this? Bang, bang, and it's just so good. So good. And Kurt Janssen is very much the heir to be, for example, but I think it's been a long time before we ever see a player who's quite as complete as Cheslin Kolbe, and this is like the last one over here. Also, we can talk about the nice rugby that played last year, as much as everyone always loves to call us boring. But I think this is the last one. I mean, there, steps inside. It's a good tackle coming from his shoe, but he gets the offload away as well. So, yeah, I mean, he's just, where do we rank him? I mean, I rank him as our best wing ever. And it's no offense to Brian Abano, who's obviously got a try-scoring record, but I don't think there's ever been a player or a wing that has affected the game in as many ways as Cheslin Kolbe has. He has been absolutely phenomenal in every single facet. Defense, attack, tactically, you know, there's awareness for space, his ability in the air, you know, he changes the game like that. And players like that are few and far between. And I think I'm just very lucky that we managed to watch his entire career. He's going to be robbed. He should have been a 60, 70, 80 cap Bok. And so frustrating it took so long to actually get him involved in the box, because he should have had a phenomenal career. But he's still going to go down for me as one of the all-time greats, if not the greatest South African wing we've ever had, and one of the great wings ever, I think, when he starts to retire. And we'll look back at highlights like, yeah, I mean, this is just 1 year. And we just think, what an absolute freak of nature. But yeah, so a bit of a Cheslin Kolbe appreciation day today. Let me know, again, players, different sports, stuff like that. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. We might actually be looking at a new sport next week. A lot of people are sending me that whole the slapping stuff like that, which is very funny to watch. So maybe we'll look at that next week as well. But let me know your suggestions down in the comments below. Smash like on the video, subscribe to the channel as well. And we'll see you guys all next time.